Hey, this is Mainstream. The world's current is still strong and still surrounding us, so it is very important that we continue to understand those things that surround us. Today we're going to be taking a look at the way that the world has taught us to self-indulge. We live in a self-gratifying world where me always comes first. They tell us to take care of ourselves, do whatever I have to do to obtain success, to make something of myself instead of thinking about others. Think about it. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and paid attention to it? People always want to talk about themselves, and then when it's your turn to talk, you talk about yourself too. Or do you have a self-created website that is solely formed to highlight you and who you are and what your interests are and your favorite movies and your favorite music, your favorite quotes? Everything is all about you, such as Facebook or MySpace, or even putting up videos like YouTube. These sites are all about highlighting ourselves, what our favorite interests are, what our favorite music is, favorite movies are, all of the above. Everything has to do with me and wanting people to understand and know me. Naturally, we fixate on a self-developed hunger to look inward, to be selfish in a sense. We are trained to feed that hunger before everything else in our lives. Contrary to this mindset, the Bible presents something different. In 1 Corinthians 10, it talks about the believer's freedom. I have the right to do anything, you say, but not everything is beneficial. I have the right to do anything, but not everything is constructive. No one should seek their own good, but the good of others. I love that part where it says no one should seek their own good, but seek the good of others. Basically what this is telling us is that God sees everything that we do and that we're accountable for all of our actions. But that we are not here to live for me. We are not here to focus on ourselves, but to focus on those that surround us and make sure that they do not get lost in this world by the actions and the things that we do. Later in 1 Corinthians 13, it goes on to talk about how we should love each other as people of the church. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrong. This is a clear depiction of how we are not to be inwardly focused, but how we are to reach out and make sure that we are not proud and that we are not self-seeking, but we pay attention to those around us. Now, I'm not saying that those sites like MySpace and YouTube and Facebook and blogs and all that stuff is wrong by any means, but I am saying that we need to be aware of the way that the world uses those me things to pull at us in little ways so that we don't pull at them all over our lives and get swept downstream. Instead, we should use those things to highlight our faith and to highlight our character so that, like 1 Corinthians 10 said, we're not seeking the good of our own and highlighting only ourselves and making everyone look at me, but we are seeking the good of others so that they might be enlightened and might be able to see who you truly are and who they truly can be. There's a quote that Socrates said, "The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear." So think about that, and everything you do and the actions that you do and the way that the world pulls at us to focus on me, make sure that you take the opportunity to make yourself, in the way that you highlight yourself, exactly what it is that you want to be seen as. Given the information, you judge, you perceive, and you decide. That was Mainstream.